What's up, everybody? Welcome in. This is Casey from the Guardian Oracle 33. If you're new here, you're gonna love it. If you owed here, yo ass love it because you're still here. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? I just got the notification that I'm live. That's about my delayed response to everything. What's up, Zerdic? What's up, Patrick? Patrick, I was gonna email you. You've been on my mind lately. What's up, Christina? Hi, Soul Family. How's everyone? Alicia. Feliz Navidad. Angel of God. Hello. Jace, what's up? What's up, Constance? I'm not sure if Constance is in here. We just got done doing a personal read. Well, I did one before that. All right. I am caught up on personal reads. Woo! My kid went down for a week, and boy, the rescheduling was insane. Taya, everything is good in the hood where I'm at. Everything is wonderful, actually. I feel caught up. I feel rejuvenated. We got the hot tub completely drained, cleaned out, redone. So once I get done here, I'm going to go get me in the hot tub with a hot toddy probably. And relax. Feliz Navidad. Let's turn the notifications off. I'm sure people are like, what the F is that sound that always plays when I hear your videos? So sorry. So sorry. Alright, I'm trying to set the vibe here. Well, Spirit, what are we reading about tonight? Alright. Ooh, I'm seeing like the monk in my mind's eye. Doctor Strange. It's like Doctor Strange right here. What up, Mariah? What up, trigger warning? Trigger, you and a few other. I just redid your... I had to redo it live. It's so weird today when I did my shorts, too. Normally, they only let you do 60 seconds, and now they moved it to where your shorts can be 3 minutes long. So there's a lot of things I'm like, what the hell? So that is uploading now, and I should be done by the time I get off. I will be able to send you that link. All right. If you guys are interested in a personal read with me, for those of you that did wait, thank you guys so much for being patient with my daughter being in the hospital. She is recovering from a terrible kidney infection, amongst other things that have been going on. So we're back on the mend. We're on the rise. Kids are doing their chores. Property's getting cleaned up. Everything's looking good around this farm. How's things in your guys' neck of the woods? Kids are happy and healthy. Okay, overall energy of the soul of the collective. Hey, sister, soul sister. Gotta get that dough, sister. Storms may bring passion, but not true peace. She came in like a wrecking ball. All she ever did was break my heart. Break me. Your dreams are never farther than you can reach. I'm hearing right now, don't settle for small-time pleasures. I'm also seeing the apple, which means like it's giving me this energy of being enticed by, being enticed by things that aren't for your highest good. You know, they say the devil beguiled Eve in the Garden of Eden with an apple. Snow White, it's with an apple. Notice it's through food. Now, I'm not going down that rabbit hole right now with myself or any of you, so we're going to keep going. Or are we? Sometimes the best things are created from chaos. I can hear a killdeer bird outside right now. It's dark. It's late here. It's about 8:24. August 24th. All right, what are we reading about? Balance. Let's see. Tell me about the energy of the collective. Tell me about the energy of the collective. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Thank you guys for hitting the like and subscribe button. Let's see what we got. Wow. Somebody here's feeling very guided. Very guided. Somebody here is seeing the blessings. The best things are created from chaos. The energy that steps out here with the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Empress, and the King of Pentacles, as I look at it in the storyline, it's like through every piece and journey on your life, you've been being guided. Very mystical things could be happening for some of you. You could be seeing through, we'll call it the veil, right? The veil is our beliefs, our thought patterns, our, the things that we've been taught or told most of our life. Seeing through the veil is seeing through, it's when you don't, non-judgment. You guys are getting a lot of spiritual guidance and a lot of spiritual help. Having some sort of victory. For some of you that do have, I've had naysayers, want to see you fail and not see you, we just know how those people are. The souls that are still struggling with, the ones that prefer the passion and the money, the fast cars, the women versus, dredging through, staying to yourself, going within, allowing the storm to pass, and knowing that there's always a silver lining in the clouds. There's always, there's so much support in the unseen is what somebody's telling me. I feel more guided and more supported through the spiritual realm, through my spirit guides, my higher self, these attachments, and maybe somebody really does, appreciate their attachments that they have. Somebody here could have just won custody over their child. It feels like it's destiny. You have a link to this child. If you've been separated from a child, I'm seeing this as the dad and the mom, and see right by the belly, it's got this light. You've got the same light. There's a beacon. This child, this is a blessing. There's something divinely guided here about a blessing. That's you're going to start seeing things move fast. There's a fast moving energy that comes in to propel this. It is a victory with the Six of Wands here. In this time, you could be seeing the blessings that it was to have the downtime, or to be without your child or specific people in your life, to have some sort of separation. With the Empress being here, it shows, somebody who's resourceful, somebody who's connected and can see through the matrix, the storms of passion that come in. This kid or, storyline, this is a channel message, but it feels like this child was from a storm of passion. There was something, I don't know, maybe you were hanging out, maybe you were celebrating and you met somebody and you slept together and you have a child and you haven't seen that child, whether it's for a long time or been interactive with it. Maybe you've been more focused on your money or your pinnacle, or you've been busy, There's justice here in truth that comes out about an energy of why things took longer than they should have. Yes, people played certain roles, but the divine was trying to usher things along for a healing that you were trying to prolong. For reasons of not wanting to let go of, a past life. With the Hierophant being there, it's breaking the chains of in past lives, we carry forward remembrances. I'll tell you, my kid has never seen her dad before he passed away, and she does and mimics things that are exactly like him. When she drinks a soda, she'll go, ah. He used to do that. She's never met him. She puts her tongue on her mouth and twirls it around. She likes to sleep with her hand halfway in her pants. He did the same thing. Never met him a day in her life. But they have very similar characteristics, and it feels like somebody here is moving towards something that's just and fair, that connects them with their heart, their truest heart's desire, back to their, their passions of wanting to move forward in life. Being away from your kids is one of the hardest things, or being separated from your family, or a dynamic that felt very chaotic. All right, collective. Your energy is the Three of Cups. They're celebrating a victory. Advancing to a new level within the being, yourself. Harnessing aspects of you, healing those. Let's see what what are you releasing right now? What is the collective releasing right now that you're having a Six of Wands, a victory over? What was this chaos? What was this chaos? The first thing that comes out is regrets. Something you've been holding on to. And this is where this leveling up comes from. And the overall energy that comes out is a huge meteor hitting Earth. And it says, storms may bring passion, but not peace. Collective is letting go of regrets right now. This is where this victory is coming from. There's triumph over regrets, over pride. The past cannot be changed, but the future is still in your hands with the clock out here. Tick tock. Timing is everything. 7:31. Pride. True worth is measured by the character, not accolades. And this is why the award goes to you. With that being directly under the Six of Wands, it's pride in a crown. As above, so below. Like somebody really had to humble themselves. Really let go of the need. I'm hearing the need to always be right. The need to always be understood. And if you're not understood, that's where the clash of the clouds, I'm hearing the clash of the clouds begins. You're having a victory over betrayal. You're being supported through this victory spiritually. I feel like different aspects of you, or people that have passed on to the other side, they're sending you these hand signals, these movements. If you've had an urge to move your body, or stretch more, or just let your body have free flowing motion, you just get guided just to move. Allow yourself, even just your stretching is so good, and it moves energy, and even just it's just wonderful. If you get guided to doing that, and then next thing you know, you're in some downward dog, go with it. Go with it. It's good for you. Your ancestors are guiding you to the downward dogs. Downward dog. Damn dogs down there. My dog's been hurting. I've been waking. Massa got me waking. My dirty dogs. All right, anything else for the releasing? To have this victory over betrayal and neglect. I'm hearing somebody say, I was so neglectful with you, and I was selfish with my intentions. I regret having the pride. Allowing friends and other people to stand between my truest heart's desire. I allowed the chaos and the passions as everything was crumbling as a gateway to escape, to get away with things I shouldn't have, to blame or misplace my part in it somewhere else. This person wants to channel more. They're saying, I know my betrayal was destructive. I was neglectful. I now find myself with no friends, few family, and the only reason I know that they still are being a part of my life is for some sort of support, It's because they have to. They're my family. From chaos, you also taught me how to release my pride. With you gone, you have me look at so many aspects of myself. Somebody could be getting counseling or having these higher talks with themselves, or counseling. They're being counseled to forgiveness, for forgiveness. Somebody's noticing a lot of the aspects and attachments that they've carried and brought into situations, just pieces of them that they didn't realize until this moment, how much they had really projected or created chaos within your world, not just your world, but everybody's world around them. He said, I betrayed a lot of people. I betrayed myself first and foremost, but I betrayed you. You stuck by my side through everything, and I betrayed you. I neglected your trust for me. I neglected the fact that you are this empress. You are mothering, fatherly. You're somebody that I would want to build a home with. You're somebody that I had a family with or envision this family. You were victory. Could make money. We could be victorious. We had good friends. But my passions got in the way, my pride. And I regret that. I spent a lot of time in my life avoidant of everything. Being aloof or over direct are the two personalities that I've ruled from. And within those, I also harnessed a great deal of manipulation. Not to hurt others, but more or less to protect myself from being perceived in a specific way. I feel like I've been controlled by demons, this person says. I want to give up the need to control. Sometimes it feels like there is other things controlling me. The situation, they all vie for my time. They're in my head. You know, my childhood, so many things have come up since you've been gone. Somebody says I really am just a beast and I truly belong in a cage. You say that. I'm not good for you. I'm not good for anybody. I'm not good for myself. Somebody's really battling here through this loss. By letting go of the illusion of control, we open ourselves to unique freedom. Sorry, not unique, genuine freedom. Because there's nothing to control. Nothing here belongs to us. Nothing comes or goes with us. We should live that way as well. But this stems from, this is a lesson learned. This person is saying this is a lesson learned. And maybe you talked about, more quantum things or forward-thinking things about behaviors or patterns or how it affects or traumas, and this person just dismissed you. Maybe they were more about the pinnacle or this earthly realm or how, just not aware. You were different. Stagnation. This person says, in the clock again, it's like they look at the clock and they don't know how they've let so much time go by. This person's saying, I count the days. You know, and maybe if you do have a child with this person says, I want to be there for you and the kid. I want to be there for you and the baby. I want to be a part of your life. I want to be victorious. I want to have the job that supports us both. I apologize for my passions being misleading. Not only that, but this was the ultimate, this was the knife in my own back. I didn't really hurt anybody but myself. But then again, that's just me being pitiful, this person says. This person has a lot of pity. And I was going to ask, psychically, why? And it stems all from insecurities, not wanting to be seen. They don't mind the illusion that's put off. When the light's behind them, you really can't see the face, You can see the body moving and, you have these interactions, but you can't see the face. And when the light shines on their face, and it seems like you're somebody who brought that. You carried the light. People know this about you. They know now through the lies and the deception that what was being portrayed, what was true, what was not. But this person says, I know I am connected to you. I know you came into my life. Maybe this person helped you have a profound change in your life that triggered a huge awakening for you. Maybe this has been, this is a very deep old soul wound that somebody, perhaps you felt, and it feels like a role has gotten reversed. As you heal it, that remnant lingering energy for somebody who's destined to be in the path in the time and space that you are in the near future through this awakening without you being there, as you did without them, or them triggering you to your awakening. This person is saying, I'm struggling with resistance right now. I'm feeling very impulsive to say fuck it and go back to my old ways of being, ruling from passion, ruling from a controlling nature. This person feels very controlling. I've never channeled somebody like this, or if this feels like the masculine collective energy is what I'm hearing, or you know what I mean, the shadow aspect of it. The small little boy that was, you know, locked away as a child or never really seen, or had to be seen a certain way, or learned behaviors from parents that don't always rule in the light, ruled by passions or addictions or pride, you know, status, money. This person says, I am resistance, but I'm learning to go with the flow and to be open to life's changes. And this person saying, it feels so hard without you here now. Now I'm starting to understand the things that you were talking about. You have brought a light into my life that showed me a desire. And at first, my desire, this person says, to kill you. I didn't want you around on this planet anywhere. I hated you. And this person's like, and the more that I tried to hate you, the more now, every time I try to turn something on you, God's showing this person exactly why. God makes it to a way where it just, person's seeing their fault in it. They can't escape their guilt. Because the soul can't carry this through the other side. It needs to be released and let go of. This is a part of a very prominent deep soul wound. And many lifetimes. With the clock being here, this tells me this is something that's been worked on. 33 as I say this. Thank you guys for hitting the like and subscribe button. Over many lifetimes of this very prideful. It's an archetypal energy that's domineering within the genetics, the DNA, and it's being overwritten right now by chemicals, additives, preservatives, the mark of the beast, right? That barcode on the back of all of our food that's programmed to have the reverse action or stifling effects on our genetic, our truest nature of, they've been studying it forever. How do people have these out of, you know, when they come in and they're healed of stage 4 cancer? Apathy. They want to know. They've been reverse engineering. We are programmed to be docile and not as powerful and tired and fatigued, and then we're slaves to the system and the man. You know, it causes this in humans. And, you know, especially for those of you that have been in the military or in prison or, you know, really had the brutal beatings and, you know, have found yourself even in a Stockholm syndrome. Sometimes we get so used to, we don't know there's anything else out there anymore. We become the one thing that this person says, I became the one thing I hated the most. I became the one thing I hated the most. Prideful, gluttonous, overly passionate in the wrong ways, distrusting, dishonest. I have no apathy or emotions or feelings for anybody else. I don't even know, this person says, when you left, I didn't want to face it. Maybe somebody is facing something now. This person says it's not personal, projection. Many times others project their own pain onto you. This situation is not personal, but rather an opportunity for compassion for yourself and the other person involved. Stop taking the blame by automatically thinking it's your fault. Have discernment of what you own, but also what isn't your problem. It's a universal, you know, through this person's, you know, this is for the collective. This is a general reading. This isn't specific. It sure feels like it. But it is affecting the collective in a very specific way as well. That we also don't carry the burdens of others, their pity, the fact that they're not catching up, or, you know, you understand their path and they don't. There's other people that are more advanced than us that see us still like mice in a fucking cage, running around with their heads cut off, following every little sign, when really they know it's always within us. You know what I mean? But that's how we learn. That's how we become masters. That's how we grow. What's effective, what's ineffective. Somebody here is soul searching. The energy of the collective is soul searching. And as you've progressed, or this could be vice versa, this energy feels the absence of that. We've got change, 555 here at the bottom. You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you have been looking for. Why does this keep happening? Why? Push through it. There is a reward waiting for you at the finish line. 744. I felt a belch come up. And I did that in trigger warnings reading. And trigger, you also got that number. So to me, that's synchronistic. All right. Hope everybody's having a good night. All right, this is knocked off the table, and I don't know. I think maybe I have seen this card, maybe I haven't. Check this out. It's called Past Lives. You know when you know something, or you know somebody's watching, or you can feel it, or you're like, I remember this, but maybe I just look different. The picture on the wall in the museum's fucking you, and it looks just like you. Adeline, what is that? She fucking time travels. She doesn't age. She's an old, and I channeled this the other day too. I also saw that number for you. I channeled that for you right before I got off your read was 444. Past lives comes out. You are being called to explore past lives to discover how the past is affecting your current situations and emotions and behaviors. So one can change and gain a greater understanding. Why am I experiencing this again? Why does it feel so familiar? It's like the past is staring you right in the face. You know? Look at it, staring her right in the face. Don't you remember the reason you loved me? You fucking know this, bitch. That's what I heard. You fucking know this shit. Quit acting, quit playing slow. You know this lifetime. You've done it a million times. Let it come to you. Right now, you're being masked in projections of others, or this person is saying, I have projected my past wounds onto you now that you have removed yourself from my vicinity. This person's like, I can't even find you anymore. Where did you go? I have no connection to you. On the soul, this person says, I can't find you. Through the past lives, this person has... They just want you to remember it, like keeps them alive in some way. This is so interesting. Somebody literally from the other side of different time and space is saying, I need you to remember. I need you to remember me or what we're doing here, okay? You're on a mission. You can't get lost in all these emotions and the kids and the job. Come on, man. We're code breakers. We're light bearers. We're deep minds. We're Akashic. We're writers. We're poets. We're artists. All of this that's in this world is things that we have made as our own ancestors over and over again. Don't you remember? Look at the fucking book. You wrote that book. You could be scrolling through an old article and it just rings so true, or see a symbol and you're like, why do I know that? Because you fucking invented it. You created it. Don't you remember? Well, somebody does. Somebody remembers. I regret. I desire. Oh, past lives. What does this have to do with? That didn't take long. Okay, somebody's unsatisfied, and she does look unsatisfied. Both of them actually do. You know, she's eager for her to see something, or you know what I mean? And this is a statue. This is something got frozen in time. It's a statue of something that's a placeholder, a gatekeeper, a symbol, a stone, something that's left behind. It's a marker of time. If she would just look at it, you wouldn't be so unsatisfied. You wouldn't be watching the time and the clock, worried about this royalty and this crown. None of that matters. The crown is your consciousness. The crown grows as you connect deeper to it. Loosen your grip on control. You're not controlling anything. You have a small perspective. You only have a tiny perspective of the greater whole. There's hundreds and fifties of billions of galaxies. You've been on many of them. This isn't like your 100th lifetime. You're talking billions of lifetimes, past lives, akashically, DNA. It's being affected through frequencies and other ways here to bring out the greatest good in you. Those that can go through the breaking and come walk through the fire. Those of you that can walk through the fire will forge your weapon, will forge your stone, will forge your path. The gateway will open, the doorway, you will notice it's no longer a stick you're hiking with. Now it's glowing and illuminated at the top. It turned into magic. You're an alchemist, a true alchemist. How did I do that? Because you fucking remembered. Sorry for the F word, but it feels prominent here. I keep hearing, don't you see, bitch? Like, would you just look? Stop being such an unsatisfied. Somebody's pitiful, you know, of their losses. And it's like if you would just really see you didn't lose anything, you get it all back and more. But you're seeing such a small glimpse of the picture here through other people's projections onto you. Don't you know who you really are? Look closer. Know who you really are, Mufasa. Emotions are not, they're not the bad guy here. The emotions are the gateway. They're the key. These are the keys to the chakras. We find a balance and a flow. We must feel the betrayals. We must feel the distrust. We must feel the lack of control and realize there's nothing for us to distrust or not be in control of. When we leave this earth, what we take with us are the things that made the biggest impact that we couldn't understand here. The remembrances that come up. So we have opportunities to look at them again. And somebody here is, well, you know, what they're saying, I was distant. I chose not to look. And now I'm seeing it all. I'm unsatisfied. My emotions, believe it or not, this person is saying, I'm terrible with emotions. I'm not a person that's tied to people or emotions. I like being distracted by many people, many things, jobs, staying busy. Doesn't just have to be multiple partners. But for some of you it is. But with you it's different. This person says, the divine, you planted a seed of emotions within me that now I'm recognizing this person's higher self is saying this. Okay, this is this person's truest feelings through the collective. My emotions are my only attachment to you. I cry in the shower. I cry in my pillow. When nobody's around or I'm driving in the car, I think of you. I hear a song. I feel like I've lost you. I feel like I'm on a journey out here seeking for what the fuck it was that when you were there it was different. Now you're gone. It's just even more different. I can feel your back to me. I can feel I can't find you anymore. The only way I can find you or feel connected to you anymore is if I go into my emotions. The only way the Holy Spirit is allowing me to see you. And I see you in my dreams because that's the other place where I'm not trying to control my emotions. This person says, I distrusted this path. I distrusted, I followed my desires and you followed yours. And I distrusted the path that you were on. It felt like a lie, a sham. I betrayed you. I was unsatisfied with my past and I projected that onto your future in many ways. I came into your life passionate, like a storm, and I brought so much chaos. But you healed from that. You moved forward. You found, through your spirituality and your beliefs, your newfound beliefs. I watched you have different beliefs, this person's saying. I've watched you walk alone. I've watched you cry. I've watched you hold your tears back. I've watched you gather what little you had and find and take off to a place you didn't have to go. Whether that was inside your own being or physically. I know you've been left with nothing over and over. And you never shut off from your emotions. And as time went on, I seen the way that you became emotionally intelligent. 77, as I'm saying this, I looked up 33. My betrayal to you was your key to you moving on, you advancing. It's like what you used to go through or the things I was doing to you got left in my lap now. It's like I sift through this maze of the same thing you did, but just in the way that God's trying to show my higher self is needing this path. This person's saying, I can't, now that you're out of my sight, I don't see your light. It's like when a headlight, you know, tail lights go over the mountain and they can't see it anymore. This person has this feeling of like, I really need to get to business. This person's higher self is saying, I just trusted the process. I am healing, and I know that this healing begins with acceptance and forgiveness. And there's so many times this person says, I have projected everything onto you, all of my problems, why I was the way I was, what was happening, why my addictions or my drinking or my outbursts, and it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with emotions and emotions themselves. They scare me. This person's talking about making love to you. When this person made love to you, it was a deep connection. And that's what, it's not like I've slept with a million people, this person says. But you, it was always different. It was patient. It was kind. It was not, it was deep. It was a deep connection. This person is saying, yeah, I knew it then, but now I really know it. I yearn for your touch, this person's saying. Past lives, tell me more. I'm confused and unsatisfied. I know I left you feeling lost and invisible. I know you felt a void inside. You ran away, and now I feel lost. I gave you the bare minimum. I didn't reciprocate the feelings or the emotions that you had. You were trying to change, and I seen that. I was losing interest. The thought of change for me is scary. It felt, only people that are lucky in life get a change. And honestly, this person says, I distrust anything that I didn't, the stagnation and how I could affect people around me in my circle was perfect. I learned I finally had the right people. When I was upset or drunk, I could call these people and bitch and complain about you. Or if I was, lovey-dovey, I had Facebook to post all the things. And then, when things were hard and I was treating you like shit, I'd talk to my parents and then tell my parents what, this person's like, I was everywhere, all over the place. People see now that I have no other option. I'm forced to change. Evidence. This person could be locked up, but there's evidence that this person, all these people that they were putting in a circle or ushering around, law enforcement, temptation, criminal history, avoiding the 12 steps. This person's saying, I'm recovering right now. It all came out. It's like, once you left, my luck went away with the 77. My lifestyle has to change. I kept a lot of things in the closet, and I still do. I have a lot of secrets that are being held down low. Maybe somebody does have something in the basement or the bottom of their closet, like a hole or something. Maybe they do have something hidden down there with evidence being here. And there could be confusion about that. That's just a side message. This person knows that you would be guarded towards any sort of soul sharing, goal sharing, any energy. 12. I'm hearing somebody wants somebody to do 12 months of just really getting their shit together before they would even consider, and maybe that's your goal for yourself. I'm going to do 12 months to myself without anybody else in my energy so that I can transform, so that I can heal and transmute. Understand what I went through. Maybe I don't need to understand it all, but it's the way that I can move through it. You're dedicated to yourself. This person says it's killing me not to call and talk to you. It's killing me not to have this communication with you. I feel like you're my twin flame. I feel like you're the only person that understands and gets me. You're a mirror of my soul. Why does it feel like, is this what it felt like this person's saying? Is this, in their irrational mind, is this what it felt like when you left that day? I still remember that day. I remember the way you looked. I remember the terror. I remember the pain, the hurt, the when you found out. The emotions. When the evidence came through, this person says, I knew I was done, and I knew you would be done with me. And that's obvious. I know there's justice, and I know I'm going to pay for what I've done with evidence and justice being here. And this is a general reading, so this goes on all levels. The universe's guidance for you with this person is to keep following your guidance. Be the magician, alchemize. Follow your intuition. You have all the tools that it takes to use your intuition to become the guide for others. See how she's pointing things out? You recognize things now you didn't recognize before due to the situation, which puts you as a guide for others going through similar energies. How to help people call back their authority and their trust within their self. What's up, Chad Moss, Mr. Cars and Boats? Hey, ain't seen you in a while. Constancy. Trust your guidance. Trust in your magic. Trust in your intuition. You are lucky. They said you are lucky over the 0707. You're going to see how everything is tied together and how it comes back to you. Those of you that have been putting good energy out there, the universe is saying, we're sending it back to you in many, many ways. We're bringing balance into your life. Well overdue balance. Your jobs are going to increase, your vitality, your mental clarity, your psychic clarity is going to clear up. There's a lot of things in motion right now, and people and dark people and on many levels that are affecting our energy through the elite that affects us through the consciousness on many different levels, and that's being dealt with right now as well. There is a lot of the hidden, the invisible, the ones that are running these people. Those people are falling. There's new rulers. I heard today that Trump got rid of the school board altogether. There's no more Department of Education. So, you know, for that to go out in a fucking day, things are going to start looking a lot different. You know, and this is just goes in a year, in 12 months, you can change your entire life. You know, and a lot of people look at it as a year's a long time. Look at it as in 4 quarters. Break it down by the months. This quarter, I'd like to really refocus on getting rid of things that I don't need. Next month, I would really like to focus on reevaluating my trust in the universe and my thoughts, my affirmations. Finding gratitude in every moment, because gratitude is when you realize what you really do have. That is your blessings. You realize your abundance, the gift of discernment, you know. Then maybe moving into physical fitness and really, you know, your self-care. You know, starting a new routine, or, you know, you change your diet in the 3rd quarter, you know, once you get your mental and the rest of that. Vice versa, however, I'm just trying to leave some guidance here. In the 4th month, try to pull them all together where for 3 weeks, you're on top of your game with waking up, your routine, your thought process, the way you speak to yourself, listening to the universe, speaking to people in the grocery store, you know, giving people a hug who need a hug, or ear who need an ear. Really sending out that energy. Be that person that you didn't have through a hard time. That's what it's about. And that's why, you know, you do have justice that comes through. It's not because you're perfect, but you've also been in the same spot. Emotional intelligence goes a long ways. And when somebody tries to get you fired up emotionally and it doesn't work, it becomes rage. And that's what happened with this person. It became pure rage with this person. They're a clown, to where they acted up and got themselves caught up. This person says, I am now paying for everything that I've done for you. I'm also transforming. I see you in my dreams and you're guiding me, this person says. I'm obsessed. Even sleeping, any chance I get, I dream of you. There's an obsession here in the pregnancy. Like, this person dreams about having another child with you, or a future with you, or this is what keeps them going, what a good mom you are, or a parental figure. Signs. This person knows that there is a spiritual contract. This person's talking about their higher guides. You know, they might not be very spiritual, but they're having these very psychic flashes of remembrances of you in different spaces and times, or these dreams. They're thinking they're losing their mind, but it's just the universe. Well, you know how the universe does, right? You could feel like gang stalking. I mean, you could have terrible dreams, all the traumas that come to the forefront. We need to trust the universe, and where we're being guided to let go of and guided to evolve at. You know, we always want the answers, but when we get the answers we need, sometimes we're more reluctant to, you know, well, maybe that's somebody else's story, you know, or maybe I'm on this side of the story. This is my story. But sometimes, you know, when we really bear down, there's a lot of us higher selves that might come through and say similar things. Where do you need to forgive? Where are you hanging on to things at? Where could you see the gratitude in your expansion through pain from another person, and find gratitude for that soul playing that part in your life, affecting you in that way? I'm sure it doesn't feel good in this planet, but on the other side, you will be grateful that you guys followed through on your soul contracts to help each other evolve. And it's really a beautiful thing. We don't hold judgments on anybody else. We understand everybody's on their path. They do the things they do because their soul had the free will to come and have an experience as it is. When we don't follow our soul, that guidance, the universe, when we're not being kind, compassionate, understanding, we're not evolving or growing or ascending with times and people, and we're making it harder and affecting other good people's lives or causing chaos, that's when the divine steps in and kicks our ass. Our relationships fall apart. And sometimes when we get comfy, we don't want to get up and do the things we need to do. When life sucks, we lose our home, it really makes us bear down and realize, and it'll shake people out of your life. It'll shake your behaviors up. It will show you parts of you in a dire situation or survival mode, who you can really become in your shadow aspect, and how you can come back to the light from that and realize it's not anybody else around you's issue but you. Fortunately, we all get ourselves exactly where we're at by our choices and not following our higher guidance. We're here to experience and to learn, and when you make it back from that, When you do experience these camping trips and these retreats and this connection with yourself and solitude and not feeling spiritually attacked all the time and realize you have authority over your mind and that that's not happening, you call back your power. That you can appreciate a sunflower growing on the side of the road, or a kid laughing as you drive by and your windows down, and a beautiful summer day, just for the day to be nice, to get out and move your body. Today was just a good day. Being grateful. We bypass that. We always want to know, like, when are we going to start opening these portals? It's small, guys. We do it when we do have love. We open portals and spirals of light and love to others. When it's genuine, that energy flows to them. Today was absolutely beautiful, Mr. Cars and Boats. I agree with you 100%. Wednesday in Idaho is supposed to be 71 degrees. 40 as I look up. You guys are so awesome with staying on the like button. Thank you, mods, for all the way that you guys help me out. All right, let's get an angel number for the collective, and we'll be out of here. I see 1011 all the time. That was what was at the bottom of the deck. Collective angel number. I hope you guys are all blessed, eating well, drinking plenty of water, reprogramming your minds with more positive thoughts. You've got good luck that comes out here. Okay, that was stuck to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to read all 3 of them. Being guided. Follow your intuition. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, which in astrology, I don't know, I need to get off this show, which in numerology represents progression. It's steps. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. The card says, good luck. 1616, readjustments, overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support, and comfort. Your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. 806. 906, 96, September 6th. On the horizon is the possibility of beginning a new romantic or platonic friendship, as well as a chance to begin life anew with a person from one's past. Wow, I just got goosebumps. Everything will fall to pieces. Wow, looks like the divine's in control, right? Everything falling to pieces. 1551, hold your vision. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It is time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all of your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. 1551. Which this is actually, if you add them up, that's 77. 6 and 1 and 6 and 1 is 77, and this becomes 66. You got 66, 77, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There is definitely progression here. So talking about looking a little deeper than just scanning the top for a message. They go deeper, your spirit guides are saying. Trigger, you had a good reading. You'll love it. All right, Angel of God, JC and J. 1, 2, 3 is very powerful. I see a lot of new people in here. Chad Moss, thank you so much, guys, for being in here. Puffin. What's up, Francis? Matthew, sir. Hello, mate. Love you guys. I know there's a lot of people that watch that don't get in the comments. It's the same people that comment. But for even those of you that are just bystanders, I hope you guys are getting the messages that, you're manifesting and that your soul's desires. These messages over the last 3 days have really differed quite a bit. Tonight, especially, I never really channeled from a soul's perspective in that much in depth, but it was very, it was a unique experience for me. And I don't think I ever would have done that before if I didn't give myself the opportunity to do it. Or you guys to be here for me to do that. So we're all growing as a collective together. I cried with this one, so I wrote about my personal. Oh, Trigger, you'll love it. You'll love it. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. You guys take care of yourselves. I will, unless I get out here during the day, I'm not sure what my work schedule looks like yet. Tomorrow evening, I am going on a mommy-daughter date. So I'm going to go spend time and be intentional. We've been doing that a lot more here. We did some really amazing hot tub time sessions together. So if you have people in your life, it's important that you spend time with them, you know, and create that bond. Like, you know, Alicia, somebody was just saying, you know, we're not here forever, but everybody has a message for us. And sometimes the people we don't talk to, we don't get that message. Anyways, I love you guys. Kisses from Idaho. Oh, if you guys want a personal read from me, you guys can check that out in the description box. AngelDynasty33@gmail.com, all lowercase.